Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I'd like to invite the speaker, Dr. Sunita Singh Dhawan, who will talk about elite nicuna genotypes for high-value nutraceuticals. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you.
So, good noon to everyone. I am thankful to the Agriculture Information that they had given me this chance to interact with all of you here and to talk about the elite mucuna genotypes for high-value nutraceutical. It is a very important plant species, Mucuna pruriens, known for L-DOPA biosynthesis, which is a gold standard drug for Parkinson's disease. And we used biotechnological interventions for enhancing its quality, yield potential, and adaptive characteristics for enterprising opportunities. So, in one way, it is a very good plant, a legume which will be useful for nitrogen fixation, for soil reclamation, as well as providing nutrition. So we have chosen this plant to develop some high-value nutraceuticals and to provide high-value elite genotypes for this. So medicinal and aromatic plant-based commercial commodities. Scientific advancements in plant biotechnology, metabolic engineering, and agrotechnological innovations are transforming the fragrance and essential oil sectors as well as creating new opportunities for therapeutic and nutraceutical industrial products. Farmers have always played a pivotal role in the MAP sector, whether it is a cultivation or processing to entrepreneurship and scientific research. So, as a plant biotechnologist, I targeted for MAP science and remain committed to translating scientific research into practical solutions that empower farmers, industries, young researchers, and entrepreneurs. By fostering collaborations, innovations, and technology-driven development, we can now position the MAPS medicinal and aromatic plant sector as a powerful engine for sustainable economic and social progress. I sincerely congratulate the Agriculture Information for its unwavering commitment to empowering farmers in science and for providing an exceptional platform to growers, buyers, and experts, along with the students, our workforce, for information about demand versus supply with scientific excellence and its impact on society. So I am very much thankful to you, ma'am. And now I will start with my this is CSIR CMAP. We are working here and towards green path to better health and life. So we have 4 field stations, one in Purara, Uttaranchal, then in Pantnagar, Uttaranchal, Boduppal, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Karnataka. So we have 4 field stations with different climatic zones, which is further useful for evaluation of our elite varieties in different conditions, agroclimatic conditions. These are different varieties of medicinal aromatic plant developed in CSIR-CMAP, which are now totally in commercial production. We have so many more. These are some representative ones. So now we'll come to the Mucuna pruriens, a therapeutic nutraceutical plant species. Mucuna pruriens, found worldwide in tropical areas, is known for a potent neurotransmitter L-dopamine. L3,4-dihydroxyphenylalanine, a very important compound which is used for the treatment of Parkinson's disease and treated as a golden drug for this disease. Mucuna pruriens, often referred as velvet bean, cowhage, Atmagupta, etc., and belongs to the Fabaceae, the legume family. All parts of Mucuna pruriens possess valuable medicinal properties like analgesic, anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, neuroprotective, learning, memory enhancement, anti-helminthic, aphrodisiac, anti-neoplastic, anti-epileptic, and antimicrobial activities. It is nutritionally enriched, therefore used as an animal fodder, act as green manure, having ability to fix nitrogen and showing allelopathy. The trichomes present on the pods can cause severe itching. We are getting trichomes after maturity and extracting seeds from there, but the pods are having very high number of trichomes, which can cause severe itching, blisters, and dermatitis, discouraging cultivation. These are showing the multifaceted a problem for multifaceted use and globally increased demand to complete the globally increased demand of micropruriens in the pharmaceutical. So we with this we have started working on to this. The Ayurvedically, nicuna is very well known. Ayurveda occupies an important place in healthcare as an alternative system. Even in other neighboring countries in Asia, including Nepal, Tibet, Sri Lanka, Burma, Malaysia, and Indonesia, the Ayurvedic system effectively supplements the allopathic allopathic system of medicine. Although it is difficult to interpret precisely and correlate the information to modern understanding of medicine, nonetheless, it is important to realize that Parkinson's disease has been known for thousands of years, as evidenced by the documentation of symptoms and the remedies used in Ayurveda. The therapeutic effect of mucuna pruriens has been attributed to a combination of unidentified substances and L-DOPA, found to be 2 to 3 times more effective than compatible doses of levodopa in Parkinson's disease and does not induce dyskinesia. It should be validated according to the principles of Ayurveda with the help of modern biotechnological tools. We are doing it. So it is the most popular drug in Ayurveda, and the results of several studies show that mucuna pruriens modulate the immune components like TNF alpha, interleukin 6, IFN gamma, IL-1 beta, INOS, and IL-2 in the CNS. It also modulates the activity of the transcription factor NF kappa beta, which plays an important role in the progression of the Parkinson's disease. So it contains various alkaloids, polyphenolic compounds, which is mainly responsible for its mechanism of actions. Commercial importance. Important drug, as I explained, that it is a source material for L-DOPA extraction and herbal formulation, and because of its potential pharmaceutical, nutraceutical, functional foods, and herbal supplements, because it is a richer source, natural source of L-DOPA, typically 3 to 7%. L-DOPA is a direct precursor of dopamine, and market was valued as US dollar 1.5 to 1.8 billion in 2024 and is projected to reach up to 2.5 to 3.2 billion by 2030, growing at a pace CGAR of 7 to 9%. So therefore, demand is regularly increasing for natural source nutraceuticals and pharmaceutical ingredients. And here I have shown few products which I have taken from internet. And this is a table which is showing how mucuna pruriens are different categorized in different nutraceutical and therapeutic products, how it is used. So mucuna pruriens plus 200 seed powder, you will get this information on the internet also. So it is used as a nutritional supplement with diet is in diet. Then for sexual disorders, for anti-Parkinson's, memory, anxiety, and height growth. So basically it is a nutraceutical part having enriched with many nutritional components. So it is used as like this, and so many different companies are using this different part of this plant for making different products. So the major activity of anti-Parkinson's is because of L-dopamine, which is a natural amino acid and precursor of dopamine. So its structure is like this, and biosynthetic pathway, it is precursor is phenylalanine, and then further L-dopa will be converted to dopamine and giving all the reactions which is important for the brain function and motor function. So major natural source is mucuna pruriens and present in other legumes in trace amount and widely used in traditional medicine. In vitro production will be done through cells, hairy root culture, and adventitious root culture. Biological role is the precursor as well as crosses the blood-brain barrier via amino acid transporters, essential in neurotransmitter synthesis and supports motor control, mood, and cognition. Therefore, related with all these diseases which I have explained. And pharmacological and therapeutic uses is improves motor function and to treat Parkinson's disease, and often combined with the carbidopa to reduce peripheral convulsions. So for used in research for neurotransmission, studied for mood disorders and cognitive function, and investigated for potential neuroprotection and antioxidant effects. So it is a vital molecule in brain biochemistry and medicine, and mucuna is a natural resource for this. So global demand for L-DOPA. Here I have explained few key drivers which are responsible for the demand of this. The increase in Parkinson's disease among the aged population significantly increases the demand. Then one of the most effective L-DOPA is one of the most effective medication for managing motor symptoms, therefore increased demand for mucuna. Advanced drug formulations and delivery methods are enhancing the effectiveness and patient amenability with L-DOPA. increase in demand due to the aging population and rising healthcare infrastructure. The introduction of controlled release formulations and novel combinations of L-DOPA with other medications is further expanding its application and demand. These factors are responsible key factors contributing to the robust growth and demand for L-DOPA globally. So these are the key drivers which are responsible for the increased demand of L-DOPA and mucuna. So then focusing on this part, we have tried for genetic improvement for increasing the yield potential in mucuna for development of yield varieties. So we have developed a core collection of mutants and screened for desired high yielding traits from less trichome variety of CSIR-Central, which is Semager. The selected elite excisions were analyzed for the production potential and unexplored activities. The potential of genetic in engineering is immense for the improvement of yield potential of medicinal products. By utilizing the genomics intervention, genetically improved genotypes were developed and newer information were generated, which is providing the clues for biosynthetic potential and how to regulate that and how to change the expressions. So this novel approach provided better understanding and enhanced biosynthesis of L-DOPA in planta and for the use in Ayurveda and nutraceutical applications. So our key questions with our research is what should be the suitable agroclimate versus genotype. G to interaction for higher yields, what is required. Then developing genotypes for industrial importance and their popularization. Green processes for extraction of compounds and scientific validation of bioactivities of compounds. Biosynthesis of major metabolites and climate resilient variety development. So why CMAP is suitable? CMAP has its core strength in the areas of agriculture, biology, and chemistry of maps, with the presence in different agroclimatic zones of India. Strength, we have number of elite genotypes available at CMAP for the study, and the available germplasm offer a very versatile gene pool to work with this metabolism. In vitro and in vivo testing facilities are available for antimicrobial, antimalarial, hepatoprotective, pain, inflammation, wound healing, immunomodulation, oxidative stress, analytical and upscaling infrastructures, and genetic analysis, and with different type of BCIF for chemistry, for biological, and for all the soil analysis. We have all the facilities at CMA. So our targets are to evaluation of germplasm for their performance in different environment, development of genotypes for higher potential, chemical technologies for post-harvest processing, extraction, and value addition, development of strategies for biotic and abiotic stress management, then elucidation and functional characterization and regulation of biosynthesis, how this is made and how we can enhance the yields, exploration and scientific validation of biological activities of herb, root extract, and its molecules, and development of region-specific packages and practices for mucuna pruriens and the base products. So now come to the biotechnological investigation for genetic improvement. How we did this is I am showing the mutant variant excision in the field, which we have analyzed and developed different varieties. So we have started with the Semager. We have developed the Semager in 2007, and then we started working on this regularly. We are using each and everything for developing new varieties. It is the first improved less trichome variety of mucuna pruriens and developed through breeding programs and farmer-friendly mucuna variety with high seed yield, high L-DOPA content, and less trichome pods. Through genetic improvement and selection, Semager was developed as a first commercial variety. And it is suitable for cultivation as a climbing crop in orchards and agroforestry system, and it is useful for the farmers because of improved seed yield and less trichome pods for commercial cultivation, and established the breeding platform for subsequent high yielding and high yield varieties released by CSIR-Central. Subsequently, we developed based on this Semager. We have taken the seeds and then we developed two different varieties. One is black seeded Semnirome and another is white seeded Semispurti for high seed yield and also adaptive potential. Now I will come to the how we did this. So we have used gamma irradiation for inducing variations, and at lower doses of gamma rays, you can see that seeds are germinating, and at higher doses, all seeds were died after this treatment. So we have used all the survived excisions and developed a nursery out of it, and then we planted it in RBD fashions in the field conditions for further analysis. Then we did After growth, we did morphological analysis of mucuna pruriens, semager, and its mutants. So here you can see a few of the selected mutants: T49, T17, T61, and these are first selected for certain characteristics as high seed yield, high pod yield, growth characteristics, herbage, and the growth potential. Then we have taken after development of pods. Pods were developed on Arachis. Inflorescence will be like this. We got in T47 and T17 compared to control. You can see how this much is developed. And then we got different color seeds and weight of seeds, light gray to light pink and gray. Then, based on the germination and survival percentage, survival was difficult after this gamma irradiation, but 100% germination rate was found in mutants after M1 generation. About 100% survival rate was found, but it is not, if it is not mechanically damaged. The mutant T49 shows the survival after pod formation. After frost, even after the colder region, the pods were survived. You can see here how it is surviving because the crop was damaged due to heavy frost, but mutant T49 shows the survival after this frost. So we have selected out of around 700 excisions, we selected 17, and out of 17, we got these 6 compared to control, which are showing some unique characteristic. In T216, average height, frost resistance, highest herbage, longest top-shaped single-seeded pods. And then T223 is also top-shaped single-seeded. T49 tall plant, highest number of secondary branches, frost resistance, high herbage, highest seed yield, earliest maturity, and pod formation from basal region of the plant. Pods are long, cylindrical, J-shaped, and having very less trichomes also. And then other mutants are also there, but T49 was the best among all of them. We selected it, and then we have developed the phenogram based on different characteristics, and you can see T49 is outgroup because of the highest seed yield and frost resistance. Then we did chemistry through TLC, then to HPLC from different plant parts, and we found the result that the leaves are having highest and pot cover and seeds are having highest alpha. So we then selected diverse genotypes among the mutant on the basis of improved characters, and the selected mutant showing significantly higher L-DOPA percentage in all the generation, and L-DOPA has been reported in all plant parts in mutant and control. L-DOPA synthesized into the leaf mainly and transported to various parts of the plant and accumulated into the seeds. So based on that, we went for T49 because it was a selection during frost and not affected by the frost. Even it developed pods after the frost. So maturity stage we did transcriptomics, and it is the workflow of transcriptome sequencing. What will happen at the RNA level? So then we annotated the genes and classified, and we found very good stress markers out of it, that it is a very adaptive mutant out of all of them. And here this mutant was selected after the M3 at M4 stage, and then we did relative quantification of L-DOPA pathway genes in different plant parts at mature stage for different biosynthetic pathway genes, and we found that gene expression is highly linked with their chemical component. At maturity stage, about 170 days, all genes show the upregulation compared to the control. Then, because we have started with the less trichome on the pot cover, say major variety, then we analyze the selected mutants T17, T49, and same major, same genome, and wild type genotype, and you can see clearly that T17 and T49 are having less trichomes compared to the same major and wild. So trichome was found in every part of the plant except root and seed. Mucinin expression, which is responsible for the itching, was found all stages of the development. Less expression was also there. Trichome pattern was distinct in wild and mutant. Then come to the cost of this. Mucuna seeds mostly used as for medicinal purpose, and few countries use it as a beverages and vegetable etc. And also for one major use Brazil is doing for feeding the cattle. So in market of Khari Babli, Delhi mucuna sold as an average of 200 to 600 rupees per kg, and supplier purchased mucuna from the farmers 50 to 100 rupees per kg. Then the category I have already shown. Here we have cultivated based on the bamboo support, and it is double tired mesh. So mucuna is propagated by seeds, very vigorous climber because of its indeterminate growth, and it requires support or stacking for optimum growth and yield. Bushy support and mesh provide higher yield compared to bamboo. So this is required for the farmers, that it needed a support, and whatever height you want to give, you can give, and it is good for making pots if it is giving good plenties of sunlight. And it is also good for the soil, which are somewhat less in nutrition, and it will reclaim that soil because of nitrogen fixation property, which is a common character for the legumes. Then come to the properties of Simnerom, which we have developed after this, a hairless pod, black seeded and high L-dopa yielding variety of Mucuna pruriens. So it is developed through the systematic breeding and selection program, and this all the germplasm was evaluated over several years, and then Simnerom was developed in 2015, and provides a high yielding source of natural L-dopa. Only difference is that it is black seeded and first improved commercial variety of Migna plurians, then having also hairless pods. Not hairless, very few trichomes were there, hairs are there, but not itching. So it is good for the cultivation also, and L-dopa yield is 150 kg per hectare. Content is 4.5% and seed yield is 33 quintal per hectare. Vigorous climbing vine suitable for orchard systems also. So you can crop easily with the other plants also, and it is good for suitable for intercropping also. Then Semi-Spurti came, an early fruiting high seed and L-dopa yielding variety, which was earlier I have shown T47. And under the genetic enhancement program, I have already discussed how it is developed. So 300 mutant plants, and then T49 consistently outperformed the existing varieties Semajer. And after multi-year evaluation, it was released as Semi-Spurti for commercial cultivation. Seed yield is 21.5 quintals per hectare, and L-dopa content is 4.6 to 5.16. But even after frost, it is growing and germinating, and regrowth is very good into this. Fruit orchards and trellis system as an intercrop and climber and non-stinging, and facilitating harvesting part. So it is good for the cultivation, provides a high quality natural source of L-dopa, and represent a successful application of mutation breeding for developing a commercially useful medicinal crop. And by combining high L-dopa content, good seed yield, easy harvesting, and adaptability to the orchard-based cultivation, it provides a valuable option for both farmers and the industry. So this is the comparative analysis of all variety released, which I have already explained. Then come to the Mucuna-based agro-commodities. Farmers, medicinal plant traders, and FPOs cultivate Mucuna plurians for production of uniform, high-quality medicinal seeds with reduced pod irritation, collection, training, grading, and quality assessment of harvested seed, bulk aggregation through medicinal plant traders and farmers producer organization FPO, and supply of standardized raw material botanical extract manufacture. Manufacturers. Then botanical extract manufacturer. Here you can see from growing the plants up to the seeds, farmers will do. Then different companies are coming into that. These are the major companies and major buyers for this part, and these companies are making the different products. Finished products are here. You can see easily. Dabur, Baidyanath, Himalaya Wellness, Patanjali, and they all Ambe Phyto Extracts, and so many companies are there. I have collected this information based on the internet, and then after extraction, the companies are making different type of products, which the information is available also. Development of herbal formulation, nutraceutical products, Ayurvedic medicine, and dietary supplement. So finished products are available into that. So farmers can grow that, cultivate them, and then sell them into the different companies. This I have shown the major companies which are working in different areas of the India, and these are the major buyers. So farmers can connect with them, and they can cultivate mucuna for this. These are, so with this, I will come to the other map varieties. These are the different map varieties developed at CMAP and useful for the cultivation. They are already in cultivation for commercial exploitation. Then and these are the products based on essential oils and different nutraceuticals also. Swabi antifungal shampoo, hand wash, anti-crack cream, Penchu, Myconil, BGR34 is also there. One anti-diabetic anti-diabetic which is developed with the NBRI, aromatherapy shampoo, Skin Pro for different skin inflammations. These are disinfectants and cosmetics. Several ranges there. Mosquito repellents, and these are natural mosquito repellents and very good into the functions. And nutraceuticals, we have right now Simpulse and Simposha, and we are in the process of developing one nutraceutical product out of mucuna powder from Simspurti. And then we have aroma kit for sense of which is known as sense of living aroma kit based on the different perfumery. So this is the available at CMAP, and it's different. These technologies are available for the industry also and startups also. So with this, I wanted to say one thing, that we have started working on developing different elite varieties by reducing different characters, which is non helping to the farmers, and try to increase the yield potential as well as adaptive potential, which was useful for the cultivation as well as for commercial exploitation. So we started with Semager, then we developed Simnerom, and then finally Semispurti came into the existence, which is very good in seed yield, and farmers are getting very high seeds from there, and they are coming into Kisan Mela and they are sharing their views. So with this, mucuna is very good for growing and cultivation. So I wanted to say that cultivate mucuna and make your soil reclaimed, as well as for the growth of other plants also, and you can use your orchards or less fertile zone for developing this, so that your field will be good and green and manureful, and then chemical based agriculture will not be required then further, and fertilizer will not required if legume is there, this mucuna is there. So with this, I wish the organization continued success, the agriculture information, in inspiring future generation and advancing science for the benefit of humanity. So let science extend beyond laboratories to transform lives, strengthen livelihoods, and build a greener, healthier, and more inclusive future, which is the target of CMAP, objective of CMAP. So all the scientists working here in the direction of very efficient direction of our director sir, Dr. Prabodh Kumar Trivedi. We are developing all this, and I wish and I am thankful to the Agriculture Information for giving me this opportunity to share my research part on mucuna and to share the information to use mucuna as a commercial commodity. So I am thank you sir, for the patience hearing.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Sunita, for a very detailed presentation. Now I will take up some questions. Okay. So the first question is, just 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So can Nucina be cultivated as a high-value nutraceutical crop by Indian farmers, and what agro-climatic conditions are most suitable for its cultivation?
It requires a normal soil condition as well as normal temperature. Here in Lucknow condition, it is we started germination in the April, and then before rains we wanted to establish the plant, and then the plant will be established, and in October, November seed will be set, and then we are harvesting in February. So April to February, we are harvesting the seeds here in Lucknow conditions. In Bangalore also, it is almost similar, but before rain, you need to stabilize your plants, and germination should be there, and plants should be transferred to the soil before rains. And light rains are required, not more water is not required for this, and you can germinate easily. The seeds are available here at CMAP, experimental farms.
Okay. And what makes the elite nicuna genotypes superior to conventional varieties?
Superior, pardon ma'am? Actually,
What
your voice is
makes,
very less there.
okay, 1 minute.
Hmm.
What makes the
Hmm.
elite nicuna genotypes superior to conventional varieties?
Actually, there is no record of cultivation here in India, and we didn't found very less varieties are available. I think one from GKVK, one variety was there, Shubhra, and Arka Shubhra is there. But when we started working on say Majar, we started working in 2007. We have released the variety say Majar. Till date, we were not having any record of any varieties. Now the Shubhra Arka is there, and comparatively semi-spurti is better than this, but it is for the different agroclimatic zones, so I cannot say that it is good here for Lucknow North Indian climate. Semi-spurti is performing very well, and Shubhra Arka is performing in Bangalore and nearby region very well. So this is almost at equal zones, but due to different climates, region specificity, and due to the secondary due to these metabolites and dopamine production, we required agroclimatic zones and agroclimatic zone specific varieties. So it is good for cultivation, and we have no records here that any varieties will be used for the cultivation other than this Simaja, Nirom and Semispurti. We don't have any records. We didn't find. Only record is available with the SIMA, and so
Okay.
suitabilities depend on the agroclimatic zone. So Shubhra is also a very good variety for the Bangalore and nearby regions. And here we have Spurti Nirom.
Okay. And what are the major, sorry, yeah, what are the major nutraceutical compounds present in nicuna and what are their health benefits?
Okay. L-dopamine and ursolic acid is present in good quantity, and it is used for L-dopamine production, because L-dopa is used for the Parkinson disease treatment and is treated as a gold standard drug for treatment of the Parkinson because of its holistic impact, and it is not inducing any dyskinesia into the persons, which was coming due to the some other medicine, which is recorded in the literature also. So we are using it for the L-dopamine production.
Okay. And can nicuna be cultivated commercially by farmers and what are its ideal soil and climatic requirements?
Okay. Mucuna is actually it is a legume, so it is fixing nitrogen into the soil. All the legumes are fixing this, but mucuna is good for this because it can grow in any kind of soil, which is less fertile, which is having less water also. Only few irrigation cycles are required for this, so less water condition is also useful. Then it is good for all the orchards where it can be cultivated in intercropping, and only thing is sunlight is required for this, and some support is required for flourishing this climber, and its properties are based on L-dopa production. So therefore we have and one major constraint was there, this trichome present on the pot cover, which is causing a severe itching, and now we have removed that part and it is having trichomes hair like structure present over there, but non-itching. We are not getting any itching, any complaints from any of the farmers, which was a major constraint because of this, and now the people are using and cultivating it in a good condition, but still it is we want to cultivate in more areas, because wherever the soil is not good, not that much fertile to grow other plants, farmers can use this as a cover crop for soils. Many countries are using this, and then the countries are also using for the cattle feed. It is also there because in Maharashtra and other regions, Chhattisgarh, people are using it as a salad, as a vegetable. Pots are like this same and they are another legume, so people can eat it. And seeds are like rajma, looks like rajma kind of, and in so many area people are using it after some treatments after boiling, so that L-dopa content will be less and people can use it. So it is good in taste and also useful for cattle also. So it is one way good for soil reclamation as well as a feed for the cattle. And we are coming up with the nutraceutical products. So then from variety to the agroclimate to the production and then starter based on the product. So we are now about to give one product based on this, which is useful for malnutrition and other parts also. So other diseases also. So we are coming up and then we will provide this to the farmers as a end-to-end product.
Okay. And what is the expected yield, cultivation cost, and profitability per acre?
Profitability per acre.
And you can stop sharing the screen. And if
Okay.
you're okay and comfortable, you can on your video.
Yeah, just a minute. So
Yeah.
economics is the gross expenditure in the first year is 43,600 and approximately 50,000 you can say, and net profit is approximately 4 lakhs to 4,50,000 per in the first year net profit, because first year you need to prepare the soil as well as seeds are required, and then seeds are required for germination cost, and then you need to prepare the stacking also for this. So gross expenditure is somewhat high in the first year. Then afterwards, when the seeds will be generated, then it will be easier for the farmers to grow it easily and the cost will be reduced. And here I have taken the seed cost as a 250 rupees per kg based on the market. But here for the pure line, the seed cost is different. For Spurti, here it is a 4,000 rupees per kg. But it is a pure breeding line, so seed cost will be high. But in the if the people are taking it from the market, so 250 rupees per kg. Based on that, we have taken this economy. So for the seed, 1,600 if it is required for 4 to 5 kg, and then if plowing will be there, then 4,000 rupees will come. Then weeding and other intercultural crops 7,000 something, and threshing is required then 2,500 or 3,000. Then for the harvesting 5 to 10,000. Then irrigation cost will be dependent upon the climatic condition and the soil type. Here it is 8,000 to 10,000, and then manure 15,000, which will not be required after first cultivation of nucuna into that soil. Then gross expenditure in the first year is 43 to 50,000, and then net profit is 4 lakhs approximately, and it is based on the seed how much cost will be there on that year into the market based on that. So
Okay.
it is on the basis of per hectare this economy.
Okay. And are there any contract farming or buyback arrangements available for nucuna growers?
NMPB, National Medicinal Plant Board, is having one part on their website where companies at Rudrapur and nearby areas, I have seen several times people are asking in tons Mugna seeds, and which they want in a certain quantities, that in quintals they want, and then they wanted to purchase from the one area also. So if the FPOs are there and some group is there, then they can cultivate and farmers can connect with them through NMPB. Even CMAP can help them out if they will write an email So we can make help for that purpose. But direct market is available in Neemuch as well as your Khari Babli market, New Delhi, which they were doing it, selling and buying every day. They are doing at 200 to 300 rupees. If you will ask for buying, they will say 600 rupees per kg, and if you are selling the seeds, then they will say 60 to 200 rupees per kg. Like this, it is happening. So if farmers are having their groups, they can connect with them through NMPB, Medicinal Plant Board. So State Medicinal Plant Board is also help. And in Bangalore, we have our one CRC center, our research center. So they can also help you out. Dr. Dinesh Nayagoda is the head of the CRC head, and Dr. V. Sundareshan is also there to help you out. So, and for this reason, people can write my email. It is available on my first slide, and they can connect me at any other time. I will help them.
Okay. And what are the major pests and diseases, and how can they be managed sustainably?
What is the measure?
Pests, yeah. What are the major pests and diseases, and how can they be managed sustainably?
Measure, actually, it is not audible here. Some problem is there due to climate, I think.
Major pest and diseases. Disease.
Okay, major pest and diseases. Some viral infection is there. Infection will come over there. Pests are coming at the time of seed setting. So one pesticide may be required for them. If once it will come, then we need to spray one insecticide during the pot setting, and when the inflorescence is starting pot setting. At that time it required, and then it will be controlled. Only one application is required at that time. We are also working on it. Maybe we will come afterwards. And once the pot will set properly, then it will not, insect will not do anything, because it is a harder coat is there. And then only other thing is, at the time of germination, it should be taken care of that the apical region should not be dropped into the water. Means water logging is harmful for this crop, so less water condition is also good, and in which soil water will be percolated well. Means it should not be logged into that condition. It is required for the mucuna cultivation. So that's why I am suggesting this crop for less water condition, as well as wherever the soil is less used. So that one way the soil will also be reclaimed.
Okay. And what post-harvest practices are essential to preserve the nutraceutical quality of nucina?
Okay. The seeds pods will be dried. Pods will be dried in the shaded area, and shaded and dried area. So moisture should not be there. And then after removing the pot cover, seeds will be stored properly in the dried conditions also. It is required during the post harvesting session. And then L-DOPA will be the similar. After 1 year we have tested, there is no change in the L-DOPA content.
Okay. And which industries are the major buyers, and what is the current market and export potential?
Okay. I have shown one slide, and around Dabur, then so many Himalaya, then one more company is there. There so many companies are there which I have shown clearly into this, and they are buying from the groups of farmers, and they are using mucuna for making products out of it. I have shown a list, and as well as different products lists, as well as the companies involved in using this, who are the major potential buyers for the for this mucuna seeds. Himalaya is there, Botanic, and then your Badinath, Patanjali, Dabur, Indprag, and Ambe. These all are the companies, so many companies are available on the internet, but these are the companies who are involved in the making the different products and buying the seeds from the farmers. And they have clearly listed all these information to their websites. So based on the that site, people can connect with them. NMPB, on the NMPB, these companies are placing the requirement for this. NMPB is also giving information. One buyer group is there, one buyer and farmer connected group is there. So if farmers are registered in NMPB and groups are registered on NMPB, they will already get the information. If they can connect with the CMAP and come to the CMAP during Kisan Mela, they will get also informed for that. And if they want to connect at this time, they can write an email or inform me so that we will connect them, so that they will get information about the different requirements as well as agrotechnologies and products based on this, and cultivation remedies, different strategies they wanted. So
Okay.
they can write an email to me and I will help them out.
Okay. Based on your work at CMAP, what are the biggest challenges in taking elite nicuna genotypes from research to commercial cultivation?
Spurti is there, madam. Spurti was a major, madam, just a minute, I am not able to clear because the voice is so much disturbing here, maybe because of my internet. Very sorry. Kindly repeat the question, please.
1 second. Okay. I'll post it in the chat box. You can check it. 1 second.
Just I'm looking at this. Biggest challenges in taking elite mucuna genotypes from research to commercial cultivation. Okay. The biggest challenge was, madam, starting the research onto that plant because of the trichomes. They are also releasing one dye out of it, one color, which is red color, and the itching was very high in starting conditions. I have suffered a lot from this, and then we started working on it, and one first challenge was there to remove these trichomes from this plant. And then the second one is the most important thing is the challenge regarding the duration of that crop, which we have reduced up to 8 to 9 months based on the different agroclimatic region. Then L-DOPA content. L-DOPA content we want to increase because earlier it was very less and very unstable kind of. So we wanted to give a variety with a stable content of L-DOPA as well as seed yield, in which then we got Semager first instance with less trichome. Then second we started by using Semager to Semnirom and Semisfurti. Both of them are having very less varieties, non-itching ones, so that the cultivation and harvesting of seed was easier for the farmers. Because otherwise it was very much difficult if once the person was getting infected by this itching part, it will be removed after some time. So it was a one big challenge. Then getting the high yielding elite varieties, which were also not affected by the climatic conditions. So even in the frost, Semispurti will grow very well. We have seen, and it is having very good regrowth power. And the seeds and pods were coming starting from the plant. As the plant will be grow, the pods will be there. So we got a very good variety. So major challenges were there, and then we wanted to give the variety with all the IPR as well as all the information for the genetic makeup of that variety. So we did all the genetic transcriptomics for this T49 and developed as the same as Purti. After that, when we were confirmed about the expression for the L-DOPA content as well as for non-itching properties, then and frost tolerance, we got the information at gene level. Then we released this variety as a semi-spurti, this mutant as a semi-spurti. After so many trials for 4 to 5 years, then we released this. So through biotechnological invention, it is always good to get the validations what where we are claiming, and it is useful for the farmers, and people are farmers are coming regularly to different timing and different open days, as well as in Kisan Mela, which will held on 31st January on each and every year. So we are giving information for its cultivation, as well as other new varieties will also be there if it is coming up. And now we are working for one edible variety. We wanted to give edible variety for commercial production. So now we are working on it, and maybe in next few years we will be able to release it. So these major challenges we overcome, and we got this.
Okay. So now we have the last question. I'll just post it in the chat box. Yeah. I posted in the chat box.
High yielding climate resilient and high value nicuna genotype. Okay. Now we are working on the development of nutraceutical variety, which should be directly table one and useful for the developing nutraceutical products. We have started working on the toxicity part, as well as adaptive yield potential here. In different agroclimates, we are trying the different genotypes in other climates also, so that we can provide the full agrotechnology along with each variety to the farmers. And it should be high yielding and climate resilient, because we are trying different excisions in different climates, and high value because it is with the less itching properties, as well as less less itching, as well as less high yielding, and different kind of other adaptive potential into that. So we are working for this, and we are developing different products, and checking the different bioactivities for different diseases also, because now it is coming up in so many bigger ways as a nutraceutical product. So we are looking for all the each and every aspect for this. And within 2 years, I think I will be able to release for this.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, Dr. Sunita. So I don't see any more questions. So now we have come to end of question round. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we'd like to thank you for a very detailed presentation, answering all the questions in depth. And we'll be ending this meeting now. Have a good day and good weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.